Hey, what's up, movie fans? I'm Fanboy Philly, and welcome to Fanboy Philly Reviews. Have you ever found yourself flipping through the streaming platforms and wondering what to watch and trying to figure out what's worth the time to watch? Well, I'm here to give you a review of different movies to try to help you figure that out. And if you're with us for the first time, please hit that like button and subscribe to the show. Today I'm talking about Gran Turismo, directed by Neill Blomkamp and starring Archie, Medekwe, David Harbour, and Orlando Bloom. And it's made by Columbia Pictures and Sony PlayStation. Gran Turismo is not just a movie based on a racing simulator game by PlayStation, but it's also based on the real-life story of Jan Mardenborough, who was a gamer who dreamed of becoming an actual race car driver, whose dream then became a reality. The film begins with a Nissan executive, Danny Moore, pitching his idea of setting up a contest with PlayStation to find the best of the Gran Turismo players and train the winner of that contest to become their driver. When the contest is approved, he must find a chief engineer to train the contestants at the Gran Turismo Academy. Jack Salter, a former crew chief and driver, reluctantly takes the job, believing this idea won't work because you can't teach somebody from a video game to do the real thing. We are then introduced to Jan Mardenborough, a young man who religiously plays Gran Turismo, dreaming of being a real race car driver. His father and brother think his dream is foolish and he needs a better plan for his life. His mother loves him and just wants what's best for him. Jan is selected for the contest and earns a spot in the GT Academy to begin training for the contest. When he shows what he can do and the knowledge he possesses, he not only gains the respect of Jack, but changes Jack's whole opinion on the program in the simulator game. And Jack decides that Jan is the one to take the chance on, and his focus becomes centered on taking Jan to that next level. And Jan wins the contest and drives for Nissan. The performances in this film are fantastic and keep you drawn into the movie. Jan is played by Archie Medekwe, a young actor. I wasn't very familiar with him, but he is also in Saltburn, released in 2023. Not seen that movie, but I'm probably going to review on this show. He played the role very well as the up-and-coming professional driver, showing both a little cockiness, a little bit of uncertainty, mixed with determination and drive to succeed. David Harbour plays Jack. I've seen a lot of the things he's made, and I've become a fan of anything he does, especially Violent Night, Stranger Things, Green Hornet, as well as the lesser-known film, The Wedding Weekend. And in some of his movies, he plays the father figure with a heart of gold, and he does that in this as well. Orlando Bloom is Danny Moore, the Nissan executive. Danny wants his plan to work and is focused on the success and the public relations aspect and tends to be a dick of a time, or at times. We all know Orlando from the Lord of the Rings and the Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's good to see him in a non-fantasy film. His parents are played by Djimon Hounsou and Jerry Horner. I know Djimon Hounsou from a lot of the movies he's been in. Jerry Horner, not so much. I looked her up and found out that she is actually Jerry Halliwell, who was also known as Ginger Spice of the Spice Girls. His main rival when he begins his career is Nicholas Coppa, played by Joshua Stradowski, another actor I'm not familiar with, but something about the way he performed the role reminded me a lot of Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. I thought this movie was excellent. But after he won the contest, I thought the movie kind of died out and wasn't as good. But picked back up after he got his racer's license, and I was drawn back in. I like the effects in this movie when they go inside the car's inner working, showing the pistons and the gears and everything that makes the car work. And also the scene where the race car is just stripped from around him, and it takes him from the racetrack back into his home, or his room at home, where he recalls a conversation with his father that gives him the idea of winning that final race just through the conversation he had with him. The action in this movie was incredible, with the high-speed twists and turns around the track, a couple of car wrecks, but all this built up suspense for each race. Oh, and the stunt driver for Jan is actually the real Jan Mardenborough, which is, to me, is great. During one of his races, when Jan is closing in on catching up to another car to pass, he drives up a small incline and his car goes flying and falls backwards and crashes. And the car winds up killing a fan, which crushes Jan and makes him want to stop. But when Jack takes him for a ride and tells him a story of why he quit driving, and he convinces him not to give up. But when he decides to return, Danny is excited. And he tells them that Kappa and some other drivers are petitioning to remove Jan's racing license. As a response to that, Jan, Jack, and Danny decide to get other drivers from the academy to compete with him as a team at Le Mans, which is the most famed and dangerous 24-hour race where they take turns behind the wheel. So we see the two of the best of his class form the team built on mutual respect to show the world what simulator racers can do. When I first saw anything about this movie, I was searching through all my streaming platforms. I knew nothing about it. By the looks of it, I thought it might be interesting, so I gave it a try. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. It is 2 hours and 14 minutes, but for the most part, the action made it seem to be not that long. Gran Turismo is streaming right now on Prime Video for a fee, but it's also streaming for free on Netflix. So if you are on one of these platforms, do give it a try. You won't regret it. It's like your typical sports movie mixed with Top Gun and the right stuff. Thank you for joining me, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the show and hit that like button. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss whenever a new review is posted. And if you have a movie suggestion for me to review, please leave it in the comments, as I want to know what you and others want to see. And if you've seen Gran Turismo, let me know in the comments what you thought. As always, take care of yourselves, be good to the ones you love, and I'll catch you later.